You're probably wondering why we are doing a Ultra Beast video in 2020 when Sun and Moon came out 4 years, 2016, 2020. Yeah, 4 years ago at this point. Well, a couple reasons. We have the Crown Tundra coming out and Solgaleo. Anyways, that Pokemon and Lunala are coming, and Necrozma, I know I'm saying that one right, are all coming to the Crown Tundra. And some people consider these Pokemon to be Ultra Beast. I don't, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So this is actually an argument that me and Joe from Serebii have gotten into on Twitter at one point in time. Full disclosure, Joe and I are friends. I've helped Joe report some stuff on Serebii. We've met up at Worlds multiple times. We talk on I would say probably a weekly basis. So this is not in any way throwing shade at Joe. He does a lot for the Pokemon community. I consider him a friend. I just think he is wrong in this. This tweet here is from 2019, where Joe talks about Ultra Beasts and Legendaries and Mythicals and rule sets. I believe it was so long ago. I'm pretty sure this tweet was in regards to which Legendary or non-legendary Pokemon would be available in the Ultra Cup, I believe at the time. That doesn't matter. Joe mentions that Solgaleo is an Ultra Beast and Lunala are an Ultra Beast, and I disagree with that. And I'm going to today show you why I disagree with that. I think there's enough evidence out there to show that these Pokemon are not Ultra Beasts. There is a exception here, and with Pokemon, there's always seems to be an exception with things. We'll get to that too, but I say, but Solgaleo is not an Ultra Beast. Not only does it not know Beast Boost, it was listed on legendarypokemon.com, which was an official Pokemon website in 2018, the year of Legendary. 2016 was the year Mythical, which is hands down, but I do have a screenshot of it. So legendarypokemon.com at the time listed Cosmog, Cosmoem, Solgaleo, Lunala, Necrozma under the Legendary, but they did not list any of these Ultra Beasts like Poipole, Guzzlord, Buzzwole on the list. Joe then says Cosmog, Cosmoem, Solgaleo, Lunala, Necrozma are all Ultra Beasts. They share the traits of Ultra Beasts: distortion, crimes, prime number stats, specifically called in other media, and Necrozma in the anime and the TCG. So this is the core part I disagree with. Joe then goes on and provides a screenshot from the anime, episode 1 of season 21. Season 20 is what starts the Sun and Moon anime. Season 21 is the Ultra Sun and Moon anime. But that anime opens up with Solgaleo, Lunala, and then that episode, spoiler for a 3-year-old anime at this point, that episode is where Ash finds Cosmog for the first time. And not shown in this tweet was Joe telling me to go to 17 minutes of this episode where it does state that Cosmog is an Ultra Beast. I have that screenshot here. It's Professor Burnett and the Aether Foundation saying Cosmog is an Ultra Beast. Yet in that same episode, near the end, I screenshotted it. The narrator says that Cosmog is maybe not an Ultra Beast. I believe it says something about the possibility of Nebby being an Ultra Beast, hasn't been confirmed. But it's definitely one of Ash's friends. So in the same episode where Joe is saying Cosmog is an Ultra Beast, that same episode literally 4 minutes later says, we don't actually know if Cosmog is an Ultra Beast. And I don't believe it is. I think what really sparked me wanting to make this YouTube video is because specifically in the Crown Tundra, they said all the legendaries are returning. And we then see a picture of Solgaleo, Lunala, and Necrozma, and we do not see any Ultra Beasts in this photo because, again, Ultra Beasts aren't technically legendaries. The other thing to keep in mind, so we have 2 websites from the Pokemon Company, one from 2018, listing this. We have now the new one for Crown Tundra listing this. And there's also a couple articles, if we were to go back to the original screenshot of me screenshotting that on Pokemon.com and in multiple articles, Pokemon.com saying the legendary Pokemon Solgaleo, the legendary Pokemon Lunala, they not using the terms Ultra Beast there. But then we can jump to the game where in Sun and Moon, you have an opportunity to catch Necrozma near the end of the game, base Sun and Moon. And it is the only Ultra Beast. Spoiler, out of this whole thing, Necrozma is the exception, and I will get to the exception part. But when you find Necrozma in 10 Carat Hill at the end of the game, the Beast Ball does not work on it, right? You can use an Ultra Ball, you can use Pokeball, you can use a Premier Ball, you can use a Luxury Ball, but the Beast Ball does not increase effectiveness like it does for Celesteela, Kartana, Xurkitree, etc. It's also that Necrozma and Solgaleo, Lunala, they don't have the ability Beast Boost. Every single Ultra Beast does have this ability. And at the end of Sun and Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, you have the opportunity to catch Lunala, Solgaleo, on the bridge where you initially find Nebby in Sun and Moon, and the Beast Ball does not work on those Pokemon either. I'm not 100% sure what Joe was referring to with base stats, but if we look at the base stat totals, this is off Bulbapedia, they just had a really good chart here. Every single Ultra Beast has the base stat total of 570, with the exception of Poipole and Naganadel. I believe Solgaleo and Lunala have a base stat total of 580, and I believe Necrozma base form, because Necrozma has Necrozma plus 3 forms, has a base stat total of 500. Now, we do know that Necrozma without all the light falls is not as powerful as Ultra Necrozma, which we're about to get to. All right, let's pause here, take a moment. So we have the anime saying that Cosmog is an Ultra Beast, but then saying about 4 minutes later that we actually don't know if it's an Ultra Beast. Now, this in itself is not exclusive to the Pokemon anime or any anime. There's many TV shows, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, Dexter's Laboratory, that we as the audience know more than the characters at that moment in time. The other thing I want to talk about is the TCG, which in Joe's comment to me, pointing out that Necrozma in the TCG is an Ultra Beast, but he was pointing me to Ultra Necrozma. So I can pull up the cards of the TCG. This is off Pokemon's website. You can just go to the database finder on Pokemon's website. You can type in any Pokemon, for example, Cosmog, and we can see all 7 Cosmog cards that were printed during its print run, and we can see that all these Cosmog cards don't have the terms Ultra Beast on them. Now, if we do look up a basic Ultra Beast such as Blacephalon, Stakataka, Xurkitree, every one of those cards in the TCG has the word Ultra Beast. There's also a minor thing that I think a lot of players overlooked. Now, if we type in Solgaleo or Lunala, every single one of those cards, and Lunala, none of them say Ultra Beast. And in fact, if this is the thing I wanted to point out, on the GX marker, a non-Ultra Beast GX card will be highlighted in blue, and a Ultra Beast GX, for example, Blacephalon GX, the GX marker will be marked in red to signify it's an Ultra Beast. Now, this is the same for both Solgaleo and Lunala, or Cosmoem, or Cosmog, are listed as Ultra Beasts in the TCG. But if we search for Necrozma, and this is the exception, no basic Necrozma without any light, the Necrozma that has fallen to the Poke world, is listed as an Ultra Beast either. And this kind of goes hand in hand with the game, where the Beast Ball doesn't work on Necrozma. Necrozma doesn't have Beast Boost, and even in the Sun and Moon Pokedex entry, it says that reminiscent of Ultra Beast, not saying it is an Ultra Beast, this life form apparently is asleep underground, is thought to come from another world. And we do know Pokemon come from another world. We know Deoxys does, we know Clefairy does, we know Staryu does. So just because a Pokemon comes from another world doesn't necessarily mean it's an Ultra Beast. Now let's go back to the Necrozma cards, because we do have some Necrozma cards that are Ultra Beast, listed as Ultra Beast with the red highlighted GX text. And that is specifically anytime Necrozma changes forms. So Ultra Necrozma GX, red text there, not the blue, plus the words Ultra Beast. Dawn Wings Necrozma, Dusk Mane Necrozma. So remember, when Necrozma takes over Solgaleo and Lunala's body, it is still Necrozma. An easy way to remember this is if you have a shiny Solgaleo and a regular Necrozma, your Dusk Mane Necrozma will not be shiny. But if you have a shiny Necrozma, which I believe was only released in a Japanese secret club event, and that takes over a non-shiny Lunala, you will have a shiny Duskmane Necrozma, because at its core, it's still a Necrozma. So we know there are plenty of exceptions in the Pokemon world, right? We know that, for the most part, mythical Pokemon don't evolve, but Meltan does. We know that mythical Pokemon can't breed, but Fione and Manaphy do. We need to do another video of why Fione specifically is a mythical Pokemon, where some people consider it a legendary Pokemon, but that's whole nother video. Going back to the Aether Foundation thinking Cosmog is an Ultra Beast in the anime, plenty of actual players thought that Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre were mega Pokemon, because we just didn't have enough information. Blue Orb, Red Orb came out. They're ultimately megas, but they're called primals. So there's all these exceptions, right? Ash Greninja with Battle Bond. Rayquaza not needing a Mega Stone to Mega Evolve is another exception. Going back to the initial argument of Joe saying all of these Pokemon are Ultra Beasts, I think is inherently wrong. I don't think in any way Cosmog, Cosmoem, Solgaleo, or Lunala are Ultra Beasts at all. I think they're legendary Pokemon as listed on Pokemon's website, and as listed on mechanics that in the TCG and mechanics in the core series games like Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon. Necrozma seems to be that exception. Necrozma, without taking over any forms or without becoming Ultra, seems like a legendary Pokemon. And then once it becomes Ultra Necrozma or Duskmane Necrozma or Duskmane Lunala, it does have characteristics of an Ultra Beast without Beast Boost. Finally, Pokemon Home, I'm gonna throw this up here. It's off Bulbapedia. I was gonna try to rewrite it and word it myself, and I know Bulbapedia is fan-made stuff, but ultimately what is listed here was points I was going to make. They just listed them all in a way that makes it just easy for me to read straightforward. Although unconfirmed, Aether Foundation scientists hypothesized that Cosmog is an Ultra Beast. We saw this in the anime that I just talked about. Due to its ability to create Ultra Wormholes, that's what Cosmog can do. It can create Ultra Wormholes, just like Smeargle has the ability to copy moves, Ditto has the ability to copy a Pokemon, Furfrou has the ability to change its fur into haircuts. Necrozma's Pokedex entry says it's reminiscent of Ultra Beast, which we've talked about, but in the wild, the International Police report that Ultra Beast it has detected have been caught and the Beast Ball not affecting catching it, which we talked about. Dulce refers to Necrozma as a creature almost like an Ultra Beast in Pokemon Ultra Sun. In the anime, the Aether Foundation mistakes Necrozma for an Ultra Beast because it gives it the codename UB Black. This is also seen in the game. Furthermore, this is the final point I wanted to get to. Pokemon Home challenges for registering Ultra Beast does not count if you put in Cosmog, Cosmoem, Solgaleo, or Lunala, or Necrozma. This year alone, Pokemon Home not registering those Pokemon as Ultra Beasts. The Crown Tundra listing that Solgaleo, Lunala, Necrozma coming back under the all the legendaries are back. It's like Smash Brothers. They're all here. So yeah, I think that's it. I think Joe is mistaken on the fact that these are Ultra Beasts. I do think the evidence here is pretty clear that they're legendary Pokemon, with the exception of Necrozma crossing that line, but still without its forms being legendary, with its forms being something more. And I think that's it. I think that is our video. Unique to YouTube. I know this was slightly talked about on the podcast. I wanted to expand on that. If you thought this was interesting, if you would like to see more of me kind of breaking down Pokemon lore, please like, subscribe, share. I don't know. We're almost to 10. Our goal is to get to 10,000 YouTube subs by the end of the year. I think we're at like 6,700 or something like that. So that's our goal. Leave a comment below if you think I'm wrong, or you have more to add, or if I missed something that was more apparent. Maybe something in the manga says that they are Ultra Beasts that I might have missed, or if there was another episode later on in season 21 or 22 that kind of expanded on Necrozma or Cosmog, I would love to hear it. And I think that's our video. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed, and that's it.